Are the Democrats in Maine about to sabotage their own chances in the most important House race of the cycle? While the party tries to maintain a fragile grip on power in a Trump-friendly district, a shocking internal split is emerging that threatens to destroy their path to victory. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. The situation in Maine's 2nd Congressional District is reaching a boiling point. With current Representative Jared Golden bowing out of the race, the Democrats should be focused on unity to defend this swing seat. Instead, they are falling into a trap that has national observers and even members of their own party shaking their heads in disbelief. The leading Democratic candidates looking to replace Golden, Matt Dunlap, Jordan Wood, and State Senator Joe Baldacci, have all lined up behind Graham Plattner, the presumptive Democratic nominee for the Senate. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is the problem with that? Well, Graham Plattner is not exactly your typical candidate. He has been dogged by serious controversies, including the discovery of a covered-up tattoo that many have identified as resembling a Nazi symbol, along with a string of highly inflammatory social media posts. While some Democrats in Washington, like Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman and Massachusetts Congressman Jake Auchincloss, have slammed Plattner, calling these issues personally disqualifying, the candidates in Maine are taking a very different approach. Instead of keeping their distance, these candidates are embracing him. Matt Dunlap, who is positioning himself as the progressive hope for the district, is even scheduled to appear with Plattner at a massive get-out-the-vote rally featuring left-wing populist Ro Khanna. Dunlap has publicly stated that Plattner is the clear choice and a leader that Maine has been waiting for. This is not just a disagreement over policy, it is a full-blown fracture within the Democratic Party. Centrist figures are sounding the alarm, warning that the local party's refusal to denounce Plattner is a symptom of a larger, toxic civil war. Melissa DeRosa, the former chief of staff to Andrew Cuomo, didn't mince words when she told the media that this race is the perfect example of the chaos brewing within the party ranks, even going so far as to say that some moderates wouldn't shed a tear if they lost the seat, given the current direction of the party. From a strategic perspective, this is nothing short of a nightmare for the Democrats. The 2nd Congressional District is already a tough terrain. It is a rural, Republican-leaning area that Jared Golden held on to by a thread, winning by fewer than 3,000 votes in his last election. By tying themselves to a candidate with such baggage, Dunlap, Baldacci, and Wood are handing a golden ticket to the National Republican Congressional Committee. The NRCC is already pouncing, calling the Democrats' support for Plattner a stunning lack of judgment that the voters of Maine will not soon forget. What does this mean for the future of the party? It shows that the moderate wing and the more radical, activist-driven wing of the Democratic Party are no longer just disagreeing behind closed doors, they are at open war. When you have candidates in a swing district prioritizing alignment with a controversial figure over political survival, it suggests that the party's internal ideological purity tests are now outweighing the goal of winning competitive elections. If this trend continues, we could be seeing a fundamental shift in how the Democrats approach not just this specific district, but the entire electoral map as we head toward the general election. The political math here is simple but brutal. If you alienate your centrist base by standing by someone like Plattner, you lose the suburban and independent voters who actually decide who wins these seats. The Republicans are currently sitting back and watching this unfold, knowing that every day the Democrats continue to defend Plattner, the harder it becomes for them to hold on to the district. So, what do you think about this? Are these candidates making a brave stand for their party, or are they committing political suicide in an attempt to appease their base? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The reality is that Maine is becoming a microcosm of a national problem. The party is being pulled in two different directions, and in a district this red, there is absolutely no room for error. The fact that the leadership in Washington is largely staying silent, declining to comment or distance themselves from the chaos, speaks volumes. They know there is a problem, but they are terrified of the backlash if they speak out. It is a high-stakes gamble, and in November, we will find out if it pays off or if it leads to a total collapse. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned as this story continues to develop.